Ebonblade. Hold this position.
The Jailer's sanctum looms above us. How do we breach it?
The Terra Group blocks our way. Champions, it is time for the Jailer's pet to meet its end. We all have a duty to fulfill. Bring down those beasts. You'll need their power to face the Terra Group.
So, welcome to the Sanctum of Domination. For eons, the Jailer was bound within the maw. Now his endless armies gather as he expands its boundaries to consume Ouroboros. In the face of annihilation, Bolvar marshals his last remaining allies to charge into the heart of Torghast and confront the Jailer where he is most powerful. Okay. Perhaps we should just leave general chat for now. Anyways. So. You guys know about Torghast, right? Well, for this first encounter, we actually get to have some powers. Now, for this encounter, there are specific kind of powers that you are recommended to pick up, depending, of course, on what your role is, and some you should not pick up. For this first one, I'm gonna go ahead and grab Unstable Form, because this is going to help my healers not have to deal with me getting a debuff. This will actually, as you can see, there's a debuff you can get in this upcoming boss fight, and this will really help with that and take pressure off of your healers. Which is something I always try to pull off. Take as much pressure off of your healers as you can. They have enough to deal with and focus on. We don't need to add any more to it. So, for this first encounter, we have to go around this whole platform and take down 4 of these guys, so that way we can get our choice of 4 different anima powers that we can be able to utilize in the upcoming boss fight. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the extra mastery, since, of course, I'm an unholy DK, So, the first encounter, and actually the first 2 encounters, are very fitting, because we are basically now going to start to deal with some things that we have been having to deal with quite a bit throughout this expansion that have given us a number of problems. The first of which is going to be the thing that has constantly been watching over how we've been doing in Torghast, and if we died a number of times, we were basically done. By the way, I love that there's you can actually do this as if it was a Torghast run by breaking the pots and such, and being able to free those things, just, because you can. But the first one we're going to be facing is the Terra Group. This big hulking monstrosity here, and he's right there waiting for us. The Jailer's relentless beast, the Terra Group, has stalked the halls of Torghast since its first spire was raised. Countless victims have felt their souls trampled to ash by this monstrosity, which now awaits the mortal champions breaching the threshold of the tower. This is also why now we don't have to worry about him getting us if we have died a number of times in Torghast. Why, however many times we die in Torghast is no longer a concern. Even though they changed that, probably for gameplay reasons. But the in-lore explanation is because, well, we're going to deal with the Torghast here, so that's why he's not going to be interfering with that anymore. By the way, in case you're curious, yes, you can be able to shuffle and re-choose your powers here, especially if someone takes the one they're not supposed to. Let's see here. My damage and healing is increased if I am within 10 yards of 2 other players. That's nice. And then there's the you are immune to fear and stun effects. So ideally, the tanks want to go ahead and take care, want to go ahead and grab this. So I'm going to go ahead and do this since I'm playing Unholy, since they're going to want me to bring the damage, as opposed to being one of the guys who stands in the way to deal with countering the stuns that you can, that's one of the mechanics in this upcoming boss fight. One more. By the way, these things right here are how we can be able to re-choose our powers. Oh, okay. Everyone ran over here, so I'm just gonna zoop, just kind of drag them over. Okay, last one. 3 nearest players to me within 10 yards gain increased damage and healing done, or haste, or take less physical damage. Now I'm going to do this to empower my teammates, so I get stronger and they get stronger. So unfortunately, this does mean that I am going to have to be concerned about a couple of other mechanics here. So. Oh my goodness, someone took it. So this is the power that a lot of people say you absolutely should not take. It increases damage and healing done and reduces damage taken, but if you die, you detonate and stun all players for 10 seconds, including fellow players. So if you die, you stun everybody and knock them back. It is a horrible power. I don't know why they bother doing that, unless they want to just enable trolls to just kind of, interfere with people playing the game, but don't take that power. Like, it really... Oh, boy. Now we just got feared. Okay, I was worried we were going to get feared right into the boss. He's right there. I was like, no, don't fear us into the boss. We're not ready yet. Stop it. Okay. So, the Terragru has a few interesting mechanics, and then he has a big enrage timer at the end. So these powers are not permanent. When we get him down to 10% health, we're going to lose these powers for the rest of the raid. So it's meant to just help us here, and then he's going to take them and get a huge buff and just absolutely crush us. Hopefully the tanks know they should be kiting him around. I did forget to buff myself. We'll see how it goes without doing that.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No, you don't pop Lust at pull. You wait till he gets to 10%. Fine. Now, there's a power that you can get, and I got this the other night, where if you... Okay, the power is that it causes you to take like 90% less damage from area of effect abilities, which is that mist ability has. So you can just stand there and just keep DPSing, but if you don't have that power, you really do... Oh, I like how it's showing that little connection there to show that we're empowering each other. Yeah, we empower each other. Let's stand together. We all become stronger. But you'll notice a number of people have already died.
3, 2, 1.
Which, you know, this is LFR. This is the first time it's out, so... I just realized that... Oh. Oh, please tell me he has the stun immune. Okay. So he probably had that and saw that I had the chains on me and immediately got to me to try and prevent me from getting stunned there. Because usually we put down markers to be like, okay, if you get the chain, you stand here, and then the tank will move over here and be able to prevent you from getting hit by the stun chain. We didn't put those down, so yeah. Alright, here comes the mist. Death's advance if I need some speed. Oh, too slow. Our Tauren friend there was running and he just couldn't get there fast enough. Oh no.
3, 2, 1.
But I do love seeing these green beams here to indicate that the powers we got about beam proximity of other players is working. That's nice.
3, 2, 1.
And yes, that is Reinhardt's voice that I changed for this. Why would I not want to hear Reinhardt's voice? Oh boy. Nobody's close to me? Okay.
3, 2, 1.
I feel like I should res somebody, because I am a DK. I have a B-res. We have 3 healers dead. I keep waiting for us to wipe. But we're still going, so... The thing is, when we get to the last phase, we're not going to need healing. What we're going to need is DPS. I was kind of waiting to see the chain mechanic happen there.
3, 2, 1.
We can't exactly jump off the side. They're saying to go ahead and wipe it. We can't really jump off the side to reset this encounter. Yeah, I've got a fear on me. Okay. Alright, Army of the Dead is back up and ready to go. But I, of course, want to save that for the final phase if we're actually going to go for this, even though most of our raid is dead. I keep expecting that we're going to wipe here at some point, and we keep going. Because there's no ledge to jump off. Now, fortunately, I have IBF. Because, you know, DK. Okay, any moment here, we should get the big mechanic. Does he not do that in LFR? Oh my gosh, he doesn't! Wow! He doesn't do that in LFR! That is funny. Alright, fine. Wow! So I'll tell you about this mechanic that he has on normal and higher that he apparently doesn't have in LFR. They were just like, no, let's not have that in LFR. This is why people say you don't use LFR to learn the mechanics of a fight. Oh my goodness.
Secure the area. Fortify our perimeter.
Well, I got a Shard of Domination.
Lady Proudmoore, we could use your expertise.
Of course, High Lord. The Terragru's essence is still tethered to its master. We can use that connection to open the way into the fortress above.
The jailer will unleash all his fury upon us. We must not falter.
Prepare yourselves. The sanctum of domination
for a
awaits.
friend of the Grummles. Like you.
Absorb? Okay, so... that wouldn't be bad if I were to need it for blood.
We will draw their main forces to us. Champions, find a way to thwart the jailer's plan.
Loktar.
What news? We all have our moods.
So, let me take a moment to tell you guys about what this guy does on normal or higher. So when you, as I was saying, when you get to, let me go here. When you get to the last part here, at 10% health remaining, the Terragru will call out to the Jailer. It removes all your anima powers from the players, and it grants the Terragru an additional 500% damage done until it dies. He also has this triumphant roar when he kills a player. But yeah, at that point, it's a race to beat the clock, because he absolutely one-shots you at that point. And so what the idea is what you need to do is have the tank just go run back and forth as fast as he can to basically just kite Terragru around, avoiding hitting anybody, while all of us try to kill him as fast as we can before we die. At that point, it's just kill him or he kills you. That's it. It really just comes down to that at that point. So they just got rid of that in LFR. So okay, sure. But this is, yeah, that's a perfect example as to what they do when it comes to basically removing certain mechanics from the LFR fights, and why people say do not use LFR to learn the mechanics of the fight. Because some certain mechanics are just outright removed and not even in the LFR fight. Which I understand why, because it's LFR, you know? It's the easiest difficulty of the raid, and if you're wanting to just simply check out the place in the story, that's perfectly fine. But if you're using this as a stepping stone to then move forward to then go to higher difficulties, you're better off just doing normal. Guys, that's not open yet. That's not open yet. So that's the skip to get to the next boss, or the third boss here. But we can't open that until after we beat the... We open that skip after we beat the eye. Come on. I don't know why you guys were just standing there waiting. I'm like, we have to beat the eye in order to unlock that skip, so I don't know what you guys are doing. Can't really do that. I do like that we can just, in case you're wondering, they give us these little buffs here, like extra physical damage done for just a couple minutes. So to deal with the trash faster, it is a good idea to just simply go ahead and, yeah. Oh, okay. I just wanted to share that with my guild, that they took that out of the LFR fight. So, the next boss is that thing right there. The Eye of the Jailer. When Azeroth was young, Odin traded his eye to Mozala to peer into the Shadowlands. Vain Odin was deceived, for the Jailer twisted the eye to serve his own ends. The eye's unwavering gaze allows the Jailer to see all that transpires within his domain, and perhaps others as well. This fight is kind of fun, but it also can be a little rough. I'm really curious to see how many people are just simply not going to know about using the chain mechanic over here. See, some people go into LFR with a sense of dread. I go into LFR with the sense that I'm going to see some hilarious moments. They're just gonna make me laugh. Hi, I. Now, of course, this is a fight that has been a while in the making because he has been causing us so much annoyance and, yeah, just throughout our time in this expansion since the very beginning. Ever since we've been running around in the mall doing stuff, we've had this Eye of the Jailer constantly watching us and causing us grief. So let's just say us, the players, have a bone to pick with that Eye over there. So this is what I was saying earlier. We've dealt with the Terragru, who was giving us a hard time in Torghast. Now we're going to deal with the Eye, who's been giving us a hard time in the mall. I like how someone's already letting people know you're going to use those chains, during the fight. You know what I'm wondering though is where's Danica? Yes, we are. So, let's see how this is going to go when it comes to our organization. And our lack of coordination here. This is going to be fun. You know what's funny? I'm looking, I see there's 4 DKs here. No, I'm sorry, 4 unholy DKs. Excuse me. And 1 Frost. I mean, of course, this is going to be a way to help, you know, work on gearing some alts and such, which I fully intend to do myself. By the way, in case you're curious, I believe the item level you need to be to queue up for this is 191. Or just 190. I was going to say like 197, but I remember that's my Druid's item level, and I remember my Paladin, who's like 187 or something, it said he couldn't queue for it because he needed to be 190. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, that gives me a little bit of an idea of what's going on here. Okay. So he starts doing that beam of death, and he's going to go rotate all the way around. So we have to whee in order to avoid that. And then go back to where we were. Oh, I see. Neat. I'm gonna go ahead and, crap. I'm gonna B-res that healer over there. Alright, I need to, never mind. But yeah, now we have this add phase. 1 on each side. Are the pools gonna happen here? Probably not. This is probably the thing they removed from LFR. Oh yeah, that's melting. But that's okay. I can help out because I'm over here. Alright. So now we face the eye again. By the way, this guy also has an enrage mechanic, but he's probably not going to have it. So yeah, no pulls in LFR. Oh, whoops. I got hit by those things.
Target you.
Ah! It's okay. I had my shield. Alright! Do we have a shaman or a... Oh, mage. Let's ask the mage for lust. Or the shamans. We do have a couple shamans. I almost forgot that he was still going to do that. But yeah, at this point now it's just, alright, kill the boss. The enrage he usually gets is a big attack speed buff. You see how the eye is red there? That's the indication.
Definitely.
Okay.
I have many, many wares.
I can even try and show you guys here. Let's see. Yeah. Attempts to wipe out all mortal life around it. Permanently increasing its attack rate by... That's a little bug right there, 0%. In addition, the soul draining effects increase every 10 seconds, inflicting a blast of 9,000 shadow damage and reducing healing received by players by 10% until the end of the encounter. So yeah, that keeps stacking, where you receive less and less healing. Yeah, you can eventually have it where it reaches 100% and you can't be healed anymore. So that's part of the mechanic you gotta deal with when it comes to that. So just, yeah, so... It was rather amusing earlier today watching the Race to World First, seeing Limit reach a point where it had, like, the stacks had reached 90% before they killed it. And I was like, uh-oh. Gonna not be able to get healed any moment here. Alright, so next up we have one more encounter. This one is another lore-significant encounter. The 9. No, Gandalf? No, not that 9. It's a different 9.
Oh, I'm sorry. When I hear the 9, I thought of the Nazgul.
No, not those 9. This is a different 9.
Alright.
Yes, these are not the 9 Nazgul. These are the 9 Valkyr. I guess we don't have to really concern ourselves about opening the skip because, well, at this rate, I guess we're not expecting to actually wipe to this boss. Which will be interesting for me to see what is missing, since this is a encounter some people like, but some people don't, because there's a lot going on in this next encounter. The 9. The dark pact that Sylvanas struck with the Valkyr forged her bond with the jailer. Through the years, the Winged Sisters faithfully served the Dark Lady, even if it meant sacrificing themselves on her behalf. Now Sylvanas calls her 9, Valkyr, to fight for her one last time. This is something that we have seen since Cataclysm. In fact, we saw this in Tirisfal as part of the undead starting experience. In fact, you will recognize some names in this upcoming room if you were paying attention during that starting experience for undead. But we always wondered about the limited amount of lives that Sylvanas had because of the Valkyr. At this point, we are now effectively taking that away for good. Because we were seeing them having to go one by one and wondering, how many more times is she going to be able to get saved by these Valkyr? Now it's, well, it kind of doesn't matter at this point. Since we're here in the Shadowlands, and now we have all 9 of them here. This fight is also going to be very, very heavily farmed. You know why? This right here. Look at this mount. I love this mount, and I want it. I want it really badly. This mount looks like it actually can drop on any difficulty. So I assure you, people are going to be farming this particular boss and wing of LFR quite a bit. Because I certainly am going to. I don't know about you guys, but I really want this mount. Look at this. This is a great Death Knight mount. I really want this. Now, there's a couple of other colored versions of this, but I just really like this one. I really do. So yeah, this is going to be a reason why I'm more than likely going to be farming this raid more so than, say, Nathria. Plus, the sets also look really cool. Just to give you an idea... Let's see, where is it? Where is it? Here it is.
Fools! You fight a battle you cannot win.
We will stop you, Sylvanas!
Poor dragon. A fallen king without a throne. You will answer for your defiance. Valkyr, you are bound to me. Strike down my foes.
As you command, Dark Lady.
So, yeah. Agatha, do you guys remember her from the starting zone? The Blade. Tasha, the Mighty. Aradne? Some of these names are hard to pronounce. Forgive me. Aradne, the Fallen. Brynja, the Desolate. Anhilda, the Aegis. Arthura, the Penitent.
Judgment was sweet.
Kira, the Unending.
To all.
Signe? I forget how to pronounce her name. The Voice. And Skaya, the First. So, people have been confused about this. They're like, wait, you're fighting 3, not 9. The thing is, yes, we are fighting 3 of them, actually, attacking them. But the other 6 are not just going to stand there. They're actually going to do some of the mechanics of the fight. So we actually are fighting all 9 of these Valkyr. We don't get to actually attack all 9 of them, but they do participate in the fight. So, just making that clear.
Chugga chugga choo choo!
By the way, notice it's not just Bolvar here. The 4 horsemen are here as well. Trollbane, Nazgrim, Whitemane, and of course, Mograine. They're all here, alongside Thrall and Jaina. I just want to point that out.
5,
Luck on
3,
the mount.
1.
Sisters grant us strength!
So yeah, this fight has a lot going here. Why'd you lust now? Wait until Skaya joins. Oh yeah, there's this mechanic, which I would say the Denathrius fight kind of helped us get ready for that. You see there? Arthura joined in the fight there for a moment. So when we get these two, or one of them, down to about 10% health, Skaya is then going to come down and join the fight. Stay inside! Ooh, yeah, you see that damage it did there? Woo! And I don't think they soaked. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Ouch. It's okay, I got my warlock cookies. Yeah, you of course want to keep them close together so that way we can try and monitor their health and we can be able to cleave. It's okay, I'm a DK. I can be able to pull Death's Advance and not be moved. I will not be moved! Oh boy. Unless you do that, then I'll move. And here comes Skaya. There she is. So this is now where some other mechanics are now going to be implemented here. I wonder if the debuff with the shards is going to be removed here. I'm like on the lookout for which mechanics are not going to be a part of this fight in LFR. Like, okay, what did they remove here? Bring that in.
Shard of Destiny. Shard of Destiny.
Okay, so there's the shard, so that answered my question.
3, 2.
I didn't even see the shards over there before. Alright, I still have a combat res available.
3, 2, 1.
Slay them all! Mara vanquishes all! Death stalks you! My shield never...
Yeah, I gotta move her out there, otherwise she takes very little damage. Oh boy.
Death stalks you!
Hope so. And pile these bright Aegis. Stay away from minions. Stay away from minions.
It's rather amusing seeing someone run away with a mechanic that you're supposed to soak, and they're running away from you. And you're like, come back! I'm supposed to help you soak that!
3, 2, 1.
Berserk in 5 minutes.
3, 2.
Oh, that's funny. Oh my gosh, I got the mount! Oh! I got the mount! Oh my goodness. Wow. I was totally not expecting that. Well, you guys have now seen it. That was only my 3rd attempt on this boss, because I've gotten a kill on normal on this character and on my Night Elf Demon Hunter. So Rarity was tracking that. So what you guys just saw was Rarity in action, which also automatically takes a screenshot whenever it drops. So I'm going to go ahead and focus in on this here. This is why I like to go ahead and capture these screenshots here, post them to things like the Facebook groups I'm in, my Twitter, other places like that. Just share it with other people. So that way I can show right here. Go ahead and tweet that out. So you don't even have to loot it from the boss. It just can. So it works in the same way that the Charhound worked from Antorus, where it can just automatically give it to you. Oh man. Wow. Nobody res this guy? Aw. I can't res him. Oh, well. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Well. What do you guys say we hop on my new mount?
gather for another.
I love the look of this mount. I'm a sucker for armored up mounts. I love it when you have a mount that's all armored up like this, like it's a mount that's meant to be ridden into battle. And just like the look of the hooves and such, you know, very much, you know, kind of like some of the other things we've seen here in the Shadowlands. I love this kind of aesthetic with the hooves and the tail and such. It just looks really cool. It's funny that it drops from a boss encounter called the 9, because when you think about it, this almost kind of looks like the horses that the Nazgul rode in Fellowship of the Ring. You know, with the way that they were all, you know, dark. You know, the only thing is that the armor isn't black, which would make it like just a little bit more like, you know, dreary and such, which is pretty sweet. But still, I'm not gonna complain. I love that I actually got this mount. Holy mackerel. Wow. 3 attempts. Well, I guess this falls into the category of other mounts I've had drop pretty early on. I think one of the earliest ones I've ever had before was Onyxia. I think Onyxia's Drake dropped for me on only my 4th time ever in that raid instance. Now, I think I've shared this story before, where I just went in there because I realized I hadn't done it on 10-man difficulty, so I went in there just to get the achievements. And then the mount dropped. Now, I didn't have Rarity installed as an add-on back then, so I don't have a screenshot of it. But that's a distinct memory I have. Because I wasn't even thinking about the mount dropping. I just went in there to do the 10-man just to get the achievements, and that was it. And then the mount dropped. Now, I've had other mounts drop pretty early on as well. Blackhand's mount dropped around, like, I think it was 9 attempts. Midnight and Return to Karazhan, that was, I think, about 7 or 9 attempts. I'm trying to think of what other mounts I've had drop that early on. But anyways, well, looks like I won't be intending on farming that raid for this mount in the future. So, there is that. I think this is a pretty sweet-looking mount for a Death Knight. Don't you think? I may have to switch up the... I'll tell you what. This may not match well with my current armor set. But, what about this? Or this? Probably matches up color-wise a little better. Well, this. Or maybe someday, this. I think once I have one of these sets here and I can wear this around, it will match up with this even better. Oh, I cannot tell you guys how happy I am that this mount actually dropped for me. This early. Wow. And on camera, talk about, I guess, YouTuber luck. Or not streamer luck, because obviously I'm not streaming, but YouTuber luck. Oh, my goodness. So, that was the first wing of LFR Sanctum of Domination. You know, I may not have to farm that for the mount anymore, but I can tell you that, you know, considering the, you know, that I do love the, like, I love all 4 of the armor type sets for this raid. And I think they look great on all the difficulties. So let's just say I have absolutely no problem taking my alts through this raid to farm these pieces, because I think they look awesome. Plus, they drop some pretty cool stuff. You know, some pretty cool, sweet-looking loot. So, when the next wing comes out, which will be 2 weeks from now, I believe. No, hold on. Oh, wait, no, that's just my, my lock there. So yeah, this is when the next wing will come out, which will be 2 weeks from now. And then the 2 weeks after that will be Wing 3, and then 2 weeks after that, the final wing with the final encounter will be available. So, I will see you guys next week for when we do the next chapter for the Chains of Domination campaign. Stay tuned.